Okay, so just to fill in the background, you came to me looking to do a property on a seaside town and turn it using our strategy of, exchanging for a pound and getting cash back on completion, turning a guest house into an HMO. So
That's correct, yeah.
So I mentioned to you about ringing the local council and finding out whether or not what their policy was, and as quite often something got lost in transit, and you started off by chatting to them and asking them about a specific property.
That's correct.
Okay. And so we had another conversation this morning when I said, no, don't discuss a specific property, just ring back and talk to them about the general policy in that area of turning guest houses into HMOs. What was the answer?
Magic. They told me what I wanted to hear.
Okay, and what did they tell you?
They actually said that based on the local plan, which was last updated in 2017, they only put restrictions on hotels because they try to keep those for the tourism industry.
Yeah,
however, guest houses, they can look at that on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
I did some further digging as well, and I found out that on that same street, there's actually a 9-bed HMO.
Okay.
License at the moment. There's a couple of 5-bed and a 9-bed. So I think if we try and apply for a 10-bed, that shouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah, and isn't it amazing that when you ask a question in a slightly different way, you get the answer that you need?
Do you know, the best part is actually when I call back the council, I phrased it the way you said it to me. And the lady initially tried to push me back towards my mistake that I made initially. So she was actually asking me for specifics. And I just said, no, I'm looking for a general policy because I'm looking to invest in the area and that kind of stuff. And information came out for free.
Yeah, I mean, when someone's talking about investing in the area, for them, that's like the magic words, yeah? So
no, that was really cool, actually. Yeah. So also, Glenn, while I have you on, I also did a bit more research on the property itself, and I actually found exactly where it is using Google Map and stuff, and I now have the detail of the place itself. Do you think I should still go through the agents, or should I try and contact the owner directly?
Look, your best deals you'll ever get will come from agents for stuff that's not on the market, okay? That they tell you before it hits the market, okay?
Okay.
So, have you already contacted the agent already?
I only spoke to them once to tell them to ask if the property was still on the market.
Right, and did they take your details?
Not to my knowledge, no. No, they didn't actually, because I didn't give my email address or anything.
Okay, because if they have a record of you ever contacting them and speaking to them about an address, then they've got the right to go back to the seller if they sell it direct and don't pay them and get the funds off them afterwards, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, now you could go and knock on the door. Whether or not the guest house is up and running or not is another thing.
No, it's closed, but there's a phone number and an email address, so I was just going to try and get through that first and see.
Look, they might turn around and say, please deal with the agent. On the other hand, they might be willing to chat to you. And, if that email address, is it in the window of the property?
No, they actually have like some sort of a website, which isn't really a website. It's like a blank page with a bit of writing on it.
Well, that's cool because you found it online, so that should be okay. Okay. Now, tell me, how much are they looking for it, and how many rooms are there?
It's 180k. There is at the moment they run it as an 8-bed guest house, but there's potential for 2 more bedrooms because the owner is now including their living quarters in there.
Okay. Now, basically, there's two ways of financing guest houses, okay, or hotels. And our process is basically to take an option on it, and then subject to getting change of use, you then buy it, okay. And when you exchange, you get it licensed. Once you get it licensed, you can then get your third party to buy it at the new value. And basically, it's just a way that the last one I normally explain to people, there's 24 grand cash back on completion with less than a £2,000 outlay for the whole process. So it's amazing you can get paid cash to buy something high cash flow. Now, basically, every room needs to owe less than 20 grand for you to be able to get cash back on completion. Okay.
Yeah.
If they're en suites, that hits more like 25 grand. So you need to double check some things. So if the ensuite going rate is 110, 120 a week, then you'll be all right at 25 grand a room. And if it's like there's not en suites and it's normally 80 quid a room, then that brings you to 20 grand a room. Now that means that using a commercial mortgage based on cash flow, okay, the value should be greater than the bricks and mortar valuation.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, 180 doesn't necessarily mean 180, it might mean 160. Or on the other hand, it might mean 150 now and 50 later over a period of time. You need to get hold of the vendor and then we'll have a conversation with them.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so once you've got their contact details and we can set up a 3-way call, I'll talk to them. And what the most important thing to do is to find out what they're trying to achieve out of it, okay?
Yeah.
Once we know what they're trying to achieve, we can build a win-win deal into it. If we don't ask them what they want, we're only guessing.
Sound. No, I understand now.
And normally, when I do a negotiation with someone like that, I'll say to them, look, if I could wave a magic wand for you, what would happen? Okay?
Okay.
All right, so that's the next stage, is to get their contact details and, make contact and build some rapport, okay?
No problem. I will do that then.
All right, okay. Cheers, Cedric.
Thanks.
No problem.
Cheers.
You're welcome.